Welcome to the Martha Bassett Show, coming to you from the historic Reeves Theater in Elkin, North Carolina, a home for music in the heart of the foothills. The Martha Bassett Show features national artists, local talent in the music of Martha Bassett. Tonight on the show, we welcome Brigid Kaelin, the Honey Dewdrops, and John Bear and Don Dixon. It's a great night with some of the finest music you'll hear anywhere. So let's get it started with Martha and the band on an old blues classic, I'm Easy.
While you can. Available, 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 I am free, I am. Available, 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 I am free, I am. Well, I just can't help myself, I am yours to have. Come get me, baby, get me while I'm hot. Hurry, hurry, baby, you can't have a lot. Push me over, push me over, push me over, I'm a pushover. Up for grabs, up for grabs, up for grabs, I am up for grabs. Well, I just can't help myself, I am yours to have. Come get me, baby, get me while I'm hot. Hurry, hurry, baby, you can't have a lot. Push me over, push me over, push me over, I'm a pushover. Well, up for grabs, up for grabs, up for grabs, I am up for grabs. Well, I just can't help myself, I am yours to have. I'm easy, said I'm easy. Yeah, I'm easy. Oh, I'm a pushover, baby. Thank you. Thank you so much. Multi-instrumentalist Brigid Kaelin has been a guest on NPR's A Prairie Home Companion, the BBC, and has traveled the world for her music, art, writing, and storytelling. She's played accordion, piano, musical saw, and sung with Elvis Costello on multiple continents, tours Europe at least once a year, yet remains a staple in Louisville, Kentucky, where she's received several Best Singer-Songwriter awards. Her latest single, Kentucky With You, is featured on the new Kentucky Proud advertising campaign, and she's thrilled to have written a new song for her home state. She's a published writer, a painter, and an all-around Renaissance woman. Please welcome for the first time to our stage, Brigid Kaelin.
Thank you, Martha. So nice to be here, and I don't normally start with minor chords, but I'm going to tonight because that last tune was such a fun, upbeat tune. I'm going to sing a song called The Jester, about somebody who I played some music with, someone else's band, and I was very intimidated. It all worked out fine. The jester was a quiet man, but every word he spoke was as cutting as a blade of grass. He wasn't used to the attention, but I looked him in the eyes. He stared me down, poured me a glass of wine with his blue suede shoes and alabaster grin. He lies back in his chair and he laughs, but I don't care. And the king just sings, plays a few more tunes, but I just watch the tapping of the jester's blue suede shoes. And he says that he's from won't hear an accent, but that's a very good line. I think I might use it. He's usually the odd one, but today I think it's me. He asks me how I do it, and he wonders cunningly with his blue suede shoes and alabaster grin. He lies back in his chair and he laughs, but I don't care. And the king just sings and plays a few more tunes, and everybody claps, enchanted and enraptured with the jester's blue suede shoes. Well, his eyes, they play melodies. They stare at me. They stare at me. And I've never been so proud to sing along. The king, he went home early, but the jester, he played on. He shook all of our hands, outgoing but withdrawn. He wonders how I do it, but it's he who gets the prize. Mysterious and beautiful, transparent disguise, with those blue suede shoes and alabaster grin. He lies back in his chair and he laughs, but I don't care. And the king just sings and plays a few more tunes, enchanted and enraptured, and everybody claps there. But I just watch the tapping of the jester's blue suede shoes. Blue suede shoes. Thank you all. Ooh, the band's coming back out. This is my favorite part. When I'm on the road traveling, I don't normally get to play with a full band, so I'm very excited to have the Martha Bassett Show house band playing on this next tune. So this next one is a Kentucky fantasy song. I'm from Kentucky, but it's not fantasy like dragons and wizards and stuff. It's a story about, I wrote it after one of the distilleries caught on fire, and there was a bunch of barrels that crashed into the creek, and the next morning people turned on their faucets and got a treat. So it's that kind of Kentucky fantasy. Y'all ready? Of course you are. I woke up this morning like I do in every song. I went to brush my teeth and saw that there was something wrong. That ain't water in the drain, and let me tell y'all, that something that I smelled there was pure grain alcohol. There's a whiskey in the faucet, oh man, I thought I'd lost it, with that amber water flowing drop by drop. So grab a mason jar, 'cause it's time to stock the bar. Oh Lord, oh please, don't ever let it stop. Well, I ran into the kitchen about as fast as I could go, and I checked the sink in there to see if it had the whiskey flow. Much to my surprise, it was flowing like a fountain. This must be what they mean by the Big Rock Candy Mountain. There's whiskey in the faucet. I thought I'd lost it with that amber water y'all.
The Martha Bassett Show is thrilled to partner with Atrium Health, Wake Forest Baptist, the lead sponsor of The Martha Bassett Show. The U.S. News & World Report's 2023 edition of Best Graduate Schools ranked Wake Forest University School of Medicine among the top 50 research programs in the nation. They are the gold standard of healthcare. The Wake Forest Baptist Davie Medical Center made the Becker Hospital Review list of top-rated hospitals for patient experience state by state. It's Atrium Health, Wake Forest Baptist, where innovation and compassion meet. We are also very excited to announce our newest sponsors to the Martha Bassett Show, Buckeye Advisors and Buckeye Moving and Storage, Bowen Town and Country Furniture, and Piedmont Federal Bank. Now let's get back to the Reeves stage with Martha Bassett.
Lara Wortman and Keggy Parrish of the Honey Dewdrops began touring in 2009 and have called the city of Baltimore home since 2014. With several albums and 14 years of playing shows on the road, they continue to expand their experimental folk sound of electric and acoustic guitars, mandolin, and clawhammer banjo with tight vocal harmonies, while maintaining a commitment to deepening their understanding of the world through the lens of songwriting and music. No Depression says of the new album, Light Behind Light, the Honey Dewdrops have a way of filling their songs with humanity, using their beautiful playing and harmonies to emphasize what connects us all. Please welcome, for the first time, the Honey Dewdrops.
Hi, how are y'all doing tonight? Oh, great. Excellent. You look so good. Yeah. We're so happy to be back here at the Reeves Theater. We played here about 5 years ago this time of year. And it was such an exciting time for us because we released an album and then we were playing Mountain Stage for the first time, like the next night. So it's really nice to be back. We're going to do a song from that record. This one's called More Than You Should Say.
Talking to a memory, saying more than you should say, and the words keep coming out of you like you ain't seen no one day. And there you are, serving at the pleasure of a story you can't keep quiet. Whose telling must be regular, like a look at memories are getting. Getting lucky and getting love, falling through the fingers of dawn and dust, king of everything closer. Telling the memory about the airport bar that night, and the well drinks you were drinking so you could sleep through your flight. And there you were paying your tab when a man dropped dead on your right, and you took him for a regular, another secular waiting to fly. Getting on, getting up, getting lucky and getting love, falling through the fingers of dawn and dust, king
The Honey Dewdrops. So I heard you guys the first time just last year online and just fell in love with your sound. And I believe you were playing banjo. It was acoustic guitar and banjo. And when we were talking backstage, you guys mentioned that you had kind of gone electric. A la Dylan.
Sort of, kind of. We still have the acoustic guitar with
Yeah.
us. But yeah, it's been fun to branch out a little bit and try out some new tones.
How did that change your songwriting, or did it change individual songs, or did it change what you did going forward?
Oh, that's a good question. So just because tonight we're doing not that many songs, we really kept it pretty spare, but I do still play banjo and he still plays mandolin on occasion. So I feel like we still have a folk, country, bluegrass adjacent sound.
Yeah.
But I've heard Keggy over many years say it would fulfill his childhood dreams to play the electric guitar, and I just didn't want to keep that from him.
I get it.
So I just eat your heart out, Bob Dylan, right?
Thank you, Laura. Thank you so much. I grew up
Happy to
playing
do it.
guitar and acoustic guitar and electric guitar, and yeah, I mean, I can vividly remember the first electric guitar I got from like my 12th birthday or something, plugging that thing in and just doing like, just like, well, that's not going to do it either. I mean, that just never gets old. It doesn't matter how old you are. And I think also this thing corresponded with my 40th birthday. So some people get the new car, and we got the new guitar.
That's great.
Oh, thanks.
Well, I'd love to ask, too, about your songwriting. Do you write individually? Do you write together, or both of those things?
You know, it's changed over the years. When we first started out, Keggy was largely writing a lot of the lyrics, and I'd come in and write a melody to the song, and then we'd arrange it together, oftentimes, especially working really hard on our harmonies. Like, that's been a signature sound for us for a long time. But I feel like we're in some individual waters these days, where Keggy comes to the table and has written the lyrics and the music, and I'm just like, that sounds so good. And I don't know, should banjo be on this? Should guitar? Should I just sing? And likewise, I've written a few songs over the past couple of years and kind of done the same thing. And
She's written a lot of songs over the past few years.
thanks. Yeah.
But it's always a little bit different. I think depending on the idea, depending on the phase we are in making a record or being in between records, it's just always a little bit different, and the song kind of tells you what it needs. If it needs another person to kind of come in and think about things with you, or if you're just on the right track and just need to finish it up. So it's just always different.
Well, will you share another with us, please?
Yeah, we'd be happy to. Thank you. Oh, thanks. This is an older tune of ours that we did sit down in a room and write together. It's called Nobody in This World.
Ain't nobody in this world to follow me down, Lord, to follow me down. Ain't nobody in this world to follow me down. I used to sleep good at night with my good man holding me tight, the only place I ever wanted to be. Then one morning in his arms I go for no reason that I know, and I felt something die inside of me. Ain't nobody in this world to follow me down, Lord, to follow me down. Ain't nobody in this world to follow me down. Ain't nobody in this world to follow me down, Lord, to follow me down. Ain't nobody in this world to follow me down. Day and night for weeks on end, took a bottle from my only friend. Good intoxicating company. I got so mean all the time, trying to place my follow me down, Lord, follow me down. Ain't nobody in this world to follow me down. Ain't nobody in this world to follow me down, Lord, follow me down. Ain't nobody in this world to follow me down. Drown my sorrow far too long, 'cause my good man did me wrong. I ain't gonna move or make a sound. Each bottle is gone empty, put me out of this misery. Ain't nobody in this world to follow me down. Ain't nobody in this world to follow me down, Lord, follow me down. Ain't nobody in this world to follow me down. Ain't nobody in this world to follow me down, Lord, to follow me down. Ain't nobody in this world to follow me down. Ain't nobody in this world to follow me down, Lord, to follow me down. Ain't nobody in this world to follow me down. Thanks, y'all.
Honey Dewdrops.
The Martha Bassett Show comes to you from the Reeves Theater and Cafe, downtown Elkin's newly renovated landmark. Originally opened as an Art Deco movie theater in 1941, it was fully operational until 1977, and then became the Elk Twin Cinema until 1994. Closed for decades, it was lovingly restored and reopened in 2018. Also, the Reeves Theater has launched the Reeves Downtown School of Music right up the street in the old Arts Council building. Through programs like the newly established Every Good Scholarship Fund, they are a nonprofit dedicated to providing music lessons to all instruments, all ages, in group and individual lesson settings. You can learn old-time bluegrass theory, composition, and more. Learn more at reevesmusic.org. What's next on the show, Martha?
We're going to do a Nick Cave song for you. Thank you. I'm a fan too.
Petition, a kind of prayer. I hope it does as I have planned. Losing her again is more than I can bear. I kiss the cold white envelope. I press my lips against her name. 200 words, we live in hope. The sky hangs heavy with rain. Love letter, love letter. Go get her, go get her. Love letter, love letter. Go tell her, go tell her. sky is ready to burst. Said something I did not mean to say. Said something I did not mean to say. Said something I did not mean to say. It all came out the wrong way. Love letter, love letter. Go get her, go get her. Love letter, love letter. Go tell her, go tell her. Rain your kisses down on me. Rain your kisses down in storms. And for all who come before me in your slowly fading forms, I'm going out of my mind. Will leave me standing in the rain with a letter and a prayer whispered on the wind. Come back to me. Come back to me. Oh, baby, please come back to me.
Thank you. John Baer is a photographer, songwriter, and former journalist who has worked for more than 2 decades in the nonprofit sector. With Don Dixon, John wrote songs for the 2019 album Lassie James Songbook Volume 1, a collection of 12 original songs inspired by his novel. John was born in Winston-Salem and attended public schools in Garner, North Carolina, where both of his parents were educators. He attended the University of North Carolina, where he studied film as an undergraduate, received a PhD in mass communications research, and developed an appreciation for biscuits, whiskey, and live music. Yeah. John shares his house with rescue dogs Winston and Isadora. Don Dixon was born in a small mill town in South Carolina, and in 1969, while a freshman at UNC Chapel Hill, he and 4 friends formed the band Arrogance, which for the next 13 years played an integral part in the creation of the rich North Carolina Triangle music scene. After Arrogance disbanded in 1983, he continued to write, record, and tour internationally. As a producer, he's created albums with Kim Carnes, the Carpenter Ants, David Childers, the Connells, Marshall Crenshaw, Kyle Davis, Fetchin' Bones, Gin Blossoms, Larry Gross, Hootie and the Blowfish, Marty Jones, Let's Active, James McMurtry, REM, the Red Clay Ramblers, the Smithereens, Matthew Sweet, and many, many others. I really cut the list short from what he had listed. He has written songs recorded by Joe Cocker, Counting Crows, Marshall Crenshaw, Hootie and the Blowfish, Marty Jones, Darlene Love, and Ronnie Spector, among others. He's been a session musician throughout his life and tours regularly with Mary Chapin Carpenter. We are in the presence of rock and roll royalty tonight, so we are very happy to bring to you John and Don to share their collaboration. Will you please welcome John Baer and Don Dixon?
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. How about this? We're kicking off the My Biscuit Baby Tour in Elkin, North Carolina.
Yes.
Which is a tribute to the power of Martha. We good? So, My Biscuit Baby, I was invited to a book club the other day, and a guy was talking about what he read in the book and gave me this analysis kind of thing that we did maybe, or he did in AP English class, analyzing Beowulf and talking about symbolism, and I think he mentioned semiotics and a bunch of stuff, and had this grand conclusion and asked me if his analysis was spot on. And I had to break his heart, and it's like, man, this is about a guy who loves a biscuit. It's My Biscuit Baby. So I've been looking online for Elkin menus, and when I see you out in the lobby, I want to get your recommendation for the best biscuit in Elkin so I can load up tomorrow. Something tells me there's some biscuits here. So the guy who loves biscuits in the book is a man named Lassiter James Battle. He grew up in Saluda, North Carolina, went to the University of North Carolina in these long ago periods in the 1980s. I don't know if anybody remembers the 1980s, and you may have stumbled into Chapel Hill then. You may have met my buddy, Lassiter James Battle. His friends call him Lassie James. He majored in journalism and went out into the world to work for newspapers. And when the newspaper business went south, he, like any good North Carolinian, came home, landed back in Chapel Hill for graduate school and then to join the faculty. So that's where he is. He's back in Chapel Hill today. And there's a storyline in the book that takes us back to that period of the early 1980s when some friends of his did the really important thing. They started a dorm band. It's the best kind of band, right? It's Thursday night, we have an exam tomorrow, what do you want to do? Hey, let's start a band. So these buddies started a band that was called Snow Camp. There may be a Snow Camp expatriate out here tonight. Snow Camp was the band. They organized and wrote 9 original songs to play at an all-campus concert in April 1982, Springfest 82. Once Springfest was over, students went on their way. It was a good thing. Snow Camp wasn't going to set the world on fire. It went on with their lives. So now Lassie's back in Chapel Hill. He connects with one of his old buddies who was in the band, who's now a Chapel Hill attorney. His name is Ghost. His nickname is Ghost. So Lassie sees Ghost. And then there's another woman who was in the band, Delaney Quinn. And Delaney Quinn is in Raleigh. She's a doctor. And a third buddy, the guy who was the lead singer, the heart of the band, his name was H.F. Turley. And after college, he moved back to Sparta, North Carolina, where he was from, and he farmed Christmas trees. And as we get these messages these days, sometimes Lassie gets a note from a friend that H.F., the lead singer in the band, has passed away. Sad news. There's a wrinkle here, and H.F. in his will has asked Lassie James to organize the music for his memorial service. Guess what? He wants, at his memorial service, the music played from Snow Camp. Those 9 songs. Well, that's the problem. Nobody remembers any music, nobody knows the lyric, nobody even knows the title of the songs. But you can't let down your friend. So that starts the chase for the lost Springfest tape. So when you hear the music that Don and others have recorded online, it's going to be My Biscuit Baby, the Lost Springfest tapes. And I'm going to read you a bit from the book about the moment when they've discovered the lost treasure. You'll have to read the book to find out how they did it. But I'll let you know the song titles they discover. My Biscuit Baby. Don't Let Me Die in My Grits. $2 in a Bad Haircut. Mama Was Right About You. Delaney Quinn wrote that one. My Dream House. Old Plank Road. One Leg Down the Hill. Maggie Blue. And My Underwear's Dirty. So remember, this was a college dorm band. The song makes perfect sense. So what I'm going to read to you is the moment when they're in Lassie James's house and they've just discovered the treasure, the lost tapes. And who you're going to hear in this little section is Lassie James, his wife, a tolerant, beautiful woman, Pearl, So Lassie and his wife Pearl, their buddy Siler. Siler owns the neighborhood bar where they hang out. The name of the bar is Pig Farm. I hope every town has a pig farm, and maybe there's one here we'll find after the show tonight. And then the two band members that Lassie's reconnected with, Ghost and Delaney Quinn. All right, here we go. This is the world premiere of reading from My Biscuit Baby in Elkin, North Carolina. Thank you. On the coffee table in front of the sofa, we set up Siler's old cassette player and connected it to a wall outlet. A light the size of a pinhead turned green when we pressed the power switch. Pearl put the cassette into the machine, side A facing out through the tiny window. We heard the tape chug-a-lug when she pressed rewind. Pearl spoke first. Might as well start at the beginning. The rewind function clicked off when it reached the start of the tape. At the same time, my phone buzzed, sounded loud as thunder. A text from Miss Emmy. Quick note, Miss Emmy is the governor of North Carolina, and you're going to hear more about Miss Emmy a little bit later tonight. A text from Miss Emmy said she would be in Chapel Hill that night and needed to meet with Pearl and me. Details forthcoming. I texted a thumbs up emoji and put the phone away. Ghost spoke next. Lassie, you should hit play. HF asked you to produce the music for his memorial service. This one is yours. My mind flew away back to 1982. HF standing by a crepe myrtle on the lawn at He's Not Here, our Tuesday night bar, and reciting a speech about gravy he would deliver the next day in his public speaking course. He was tall, with muscled shoulders and arms. I could see him laughing at his own jokes about gravy. Beer sloshed over the lip of the blue cup in his hand. Young men and young women around him, fans and friends. His stringing hair suggested rock and roll. He winked at the moment his story ran from truth to fiction. I saw his eyes, bright as the stars in the belt of Orion. I pressed play and said a silent prayer that his voice would come through the speakers. We heard hissing. The antique tape spit and yawned and crackled and popped, giving us back the ambient sounds and muffled talk from an amateur recording of an amateur band trespassing in a campus building 7 Mondays before Michael Jordan hit the shot that brought the university its first men's basketball national championship in a quarter century. Then, HF's voice. Hello, 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 1, 2, 3. This is Monday night, February 8th, 1982. Cane Creek band rehearsal. Nope, scratch that. Snow Camp band rehearsal. Then we heard the voice of a young ghost. Introduce the band, man. HF spoke again. That's Ghost on bass, and we have Delaney Quinn on guitar. Yours truly, HF Turley on lead vocals. Then there was a pause on the tape. HF spoke. You on drums, what's your name? Is there a drummer here? Delaney Quinn's voice came on next. She gave HF instructions. Then HF's voice came back again. Yeah, and Delaney Quinn on vocals too, and Terrible Tim Creek on drums. Tuning of instruments, and bursts of sounds from warm-ups. Then 3 false starts on a song. Finally, everybody was in sync, or nearly so, and HF's singing came through the speakers. Don't let me drown in my grits. Lord, don't let me die where I sit. Please don't let me pass out and drown. Don't let me die in my grits. The song ended. We were quiet. Siler reached over and pressed the stop button on the player. When Pearl saw tears in my eyes, her eyes grew wet and reflected light. Delaney Quinn laughed, and that started us all laughing. We laughed and cried at the same time. We missed HF. We ate Siler's warmed-over cornbread hush puppies off a hot tray. We toasted Snow Camp, chewed and laughed and wiped tears from our cheeks. I served mugs of hot tea. Snow Camp lives, Delaney Quinn said. She pressed the play button, long stretch of hissing, clouds of sound, then another voice. On the old plank road, say a prayer for these wind-grieved ghosts who can't find peace. Pray me home again down the old plank road. Pray me home again down the old plank road.
Down the old plank road, say a prayer for all of these wind-grieved ghosts who can't find peace. Chapped by the cold and the cane tree draw, souls are marching up and down the hall. Pray me home again down the old plank road. Pray me home again down the old plank road. Pray me home again down the old plank road. Home again down the old plank road. The call has come for me this night. I'm wrapped in wings and wisdom's light. As I cross that river, I will comfort these wind-grieved ghosts who can't find peace. Pray me home again down the old plank road. Home again down the old plank road. Pray me home again down the old plank road. Home again down the old plank road. So pray for all lost souls, pray me back in time. Pray me cross that river, bring me peace of mind. Pray me home again down the old plank road. Pray me home again down the old plank road. Won't you pray me, Lord, down the old plank road? Pray me down the old plank. Say, won't you pray me down the old plank? Say, won't you pray me down, yeah. Pray me down the old plank road. Pray me down, yeah. So bring me home again down the old plank road, plank road, plank road, plank road, plank road.
John Dixon, John Baer.
Delaney Quinn hit the pause button. She showed a look on her face that sought validation. Pearl clapped and declared Snow Camp worthy of the album we had all imagined the band would record way back when. Ghost agreed. He argued in favor of featuring the songs at HF's memorial. Seiler voted in the affirmative. Delaney Quinn acknowledged the songs were better than she remembered. Pearl spoke. What about Lassie's song? Is that on there? We shall see, Delaney Quinn said, and she hit play. We let the tape run through the rest of the recorded songs. Snow Camp got through all 9 original tracks and a Rattlesnake Annie cover. Everybody liked the Biscuit song. I miss my biscuit baby, my flower power lady. We all laughed at Delaney Quinn's song about her on-again, off-again romance with HF, $2 and a bad haircut. Delaney Quinn laughed and winced at that one. 9 original tunes. Our dorm mates played them all, start to finish. A monumental achievement for the rookie musicians steeling themselves for the band's big moment on the Springfest '82 bill.
She's the apple of my eye. I'd choose her over pie. She melts my Irish butter. I could never love another. Oh, I miss my biscuit baby, my flower power lady, a friend to saints and sinners. She's always up for breakfast, lunch and dinner. She rises on her own. She never makes me eat a scone. She's my flower power lady. Oh, I miss my biscuit baby. She responds to every need. She never frets about the heat. She never backs down from a jam. She loves me just the way I am. Oh, oh, I miss my biscuit baby, my flower power lady, a friend to saints and sinners. She's always up for breakfast, lunch and dinner. She rises on her own. She never makes me eat a scone. My flower power lady. Oh, I miss my biscuit baby. Her shining golden crown, heart soft like goosey down, a host to bacon, eggs and cheese, a friend of the honeybees. Ba-ya-doo-ba, ba-da-boo-ba-da, ba-ba-da-ba-da, ba-la, ba-da-la-da-da. Some defame her old school ways. They say she's seen her butter days, but she just laughs at all of y'all, counting your cholesterol. Oh, I miss my biscuit baby, my flower power lady, a friend to saints and sinners. She's always up for breakfast, lunch and dinner. She rises on her own. She never makes me eat a scone. My flower power lady. Oh, I miss my biscuit baby. She's my flower power lady. Oh, I miss my biscuit baby. Thank you. I just make these songs up. I don't actually know them. There's a subtle difference. When John first approached me about writing these songs, the first batch back, I don't know, it was pre-COVID, I know that. So it was a long time ago. You know, I sort of felt like, okay, I got to turn these words. I said, okay, send me some of these lyrics that you've got. He sent me 50 sets of lyrics, 50, to try to pick 10 or 12 songs out of. So that was for the first album. The first lyric that really caught my attention was, she's a Baptist and a communist, which I do love that song. Check that one out. And this one, I said, what's the story on this song? It's called One Leg Down the Hill. This is from My Biscuit Baby. I said, well, what's going on here with this song? And he said, well, one summer I had a job planting Christmas trees. So it's about me planting Christmas trees and being sad. So, okay. So here it is, One Leg Down the Hill. I'm planting Christmas trees, one leg down the hill, 16 hours away from home, and I am planting still. The sun is overhead, the water pail is dry. Something through the trees stretches to the sky. I haven't lost Alicia yet, but I'm afraid the end is here. I haven't reached the edge of earth, but I believe it's just down there. I believe I can see it from here. Right here. The work would leave me weak, and food is days away. I'm drinking tears and laughing tears and dance the night away. The sun sets through the pines, a long day finally ends. A ragged A-frame shack is home, and dreams of her begin. Oh, I haven't lost Alicia yet, I'm afraid the end is near. I haven't reached the edge of earth, but I believe it's just down there. I haven't lost Alicia yet, but I'm afraid the end is near. I haven't reached the edge of earth, but I believe it's just down there. I believe I can see it from here. Right here.
Mr. Don Dixon. We are going to take a short intermission. I hope you're all enjoying the show. We have a great second half. All of these folks have some great stuff on the merch table in the world of streaming and ebooks. Every bit you buy from the actual artist makes like 99% more than they make in the other places. So go out there, buy some of their stuff. My Biscuit Baby especially is out there, and we'll see you back here in a few. Welcome back to the second half of the Martha Bassett Show, featuring Brigid Kaelin, John Baer and Don Dixon, and the Honey Dewdrops. That's Laura Wortman and Keggy Parrish. We'd like to give a big welcome to all of our new listeners in the Whitesburg, Kentucky area, listening on WMMT 88.7 Whitesburg, the non-industry giant of the mountains. Lowe's Foods provided our hospitality this evening, and we are proud to say that the Martha Bassett Show artist accommodations are provided by 3 Trails, part of the Carolina Experience. This boutique hotel is steps from the Reeves Theater. These folks have designed 14 units with a modern flair that highlight the building's architectural history. They also have a rooftop patio, and if you come to the Martha Bassett Show, you get 10% off your stay. Just use promo code MARTHA10. You can learn more at thecarolinaexperience.com. Now, let's get back to the Reeves stage and give a big hand to Brigid Kaelin.
Thanks, y'all.
I got a new boy I gotta tell you about. He's not my type at all. He's nothing like any of the others I've had, but I'm having myself a ball. It's time I had a little something different. I'm gonna find me a whole new theme. It probably won't last, so I'm moving fast. He's my future Mr. Used to Be. He's my future Mr. Used to Be. It's time I started thinking about me. So he's nice to me, but more than that, we look great together on the Instagram. And he's just my future Mr. Used to Be.
that smart. But I don't care, 'cause he's got really, 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 really great hair. He's got a good car, he never shows up late, brings me flowers just about every day. So he don't have a job, and he lives with his mom, but he works out every day. You gotta see his bum. For once let me think of my own needs and my future Mr. Used to Be, 'cause he's my future Mr. Used to Be. It's time I started thinking about me. So he's nice to me and he's genuine. Okay, so he's Republican, but he's just my future. I'm so glad you laughed. It used to be. I wrote this like 15 years ago and it wasn't so divisive back then. Sometimes I even change the lyric. Like, so he's nice to me and he's genuine. Okay, he's vegetarian. Sometimes that goes over better. We're all friends here, right? Thank you. So he's weak of mind, but his body's strong. And it's not like he'll be around that long, 'cause he's just my future Mr. Used to Be. Yeah, he's just my future Mr. Used to Be. Thank you. Thank you all. It's so nice to be here. I'm going to do one a little more serious, but not too maudlin, I promise. This one, I grew up in a biker bar. My dad was a bartender, or a publican, as he said. And there was a guy there who I thought he was a pirate. I was trained to be very, very afraid of motorcycles. And this one, I only know this man as Motorcycle Joe. And he loved his bike more than he loved anyone. And I wrote this song for him when his bike got stolen. Has anyone here seen my bike? They stole it last Saturday night. A late model Softail classic. A few dents on the left side of the gas tank. Has anyone seen my bike? Late one night in early March, the stars, they were clear in the sky. The band on the music, my friend at the bar, he was asking for a double rocket ride. I'm sorry, pal, you know we don't serve that here. Quit asking, I'm tired of your antics. A grin and a grumble, not quite sure what he said from behind those dark sunglasses. From behind those dark sunglasses. Sláinte cheers, I drink to your health. You drink to mine. Sláinte cheers, I drink to your health with a double rocket ride. Another Sunday night, and I'm up on the stage, singing to a few folks that I know. Familiar voice from the back of the room yells, play Ode to Billy Joe. I'm sorry, pal, you know I don't know all the words. Quit asking, I'll learn them sometime. For now, sit back and I'll play something else. Didn't you say that you like Patsy Cline? I thought I heard you say you like Patsy Cline. Slums you choose, I drink to your health. You drink to mine. Slums you choose, I drink to your health with a double rugged rye. Well, please won't you come for a ride with me today? I won't tell your dad. Look, I've even brought you some shades. There's no need to be scared. My old violin, it is missing a string. Could you bring me one, please? The top one, the high one, I think it's an E. I need you to bring me a string. Well, I brought you a string for that old violin. Here's your rocket ride. And I've learned all the words to ode to Billy Joe, but I can't seem to find your bike. Has anyone here seen my bike? They stole it last Saturday night. Late model soft-tail classic with a few dents on the left side of the gas tank. Has anyone seen my bike? Could you tell me, have you seen my bike? Thank you all.
Brigid, I have some questions for you.
Oh, I hope I have answers. I'll make something up.
It involves the tool you're holding.
Yes, this is radio, but the people here might be confused. I am holding a saw.
She is holding a saw. So I have multiple questions about the saw.
Fire away.
First of all, is it a special saw, just any saw?
This one is just any saw. I mean, it's not any saw. It's my favorite saw. But yeah, it's just from the hardware store. I do have a, quote, musical one that was very expensive, but I prefer the hardware store ones.
Do the musical ones sound different?
I think that they are too flimsy. I like the regular ones are, you can really feel where you're going with the notes. And the musical saw ones are, I don't know, the blade is thinner. I guess it's easier to play, but I feel like I don't have control over them. So. I can get really nerdy on this musical saw stuff.
Okay, my next question is, when you tour and you fly to go to to destinations, how does this work?
Right. So if it's if I have a free check bag for some reason, then I will bring my own saw. But then, no, you can't bring it on a plane. And it's more expensive to check a bag than to just buy a new saw when I land. So I have a lot of saws, and I've left saws in so many places around the world. So, yeah, I did try once.
I love how that one has signatures all over it.
It does. It's people who've come to shows or who are on my mailing list and stuff. So they travel with me if I remember to bring this one.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, sure.
My next question is about Elvis Costello. How did you get to be Elvis Costello's sideman?
This is a funny story, and now I feel like just super name dropping, but you did it first. I did it. So I've always been a huge fan, and I had a record coming out. This has been like 15 years ago now, and we were doing radio tours at the same time, and I left him a note And I said, hey, if you need an accordion player tonight, let me know. Like, I had to go and do another gig or something, so I didn't actually meet him. And I was joking. I already had tickets to the show. I was going to go. But he called me. And then he said, can you be at soundcheck in an hour? And I was like, are you serious? But then he tested me out, and I'm good at following it without rehearsal. So he was like, yeah. And then since then, I've about every few years, I've been lucky enough to play a show with him somewhere. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, he's just a guy who loves to play good music with good people. So I feel fortunate to be among them. So, yay.
Well, what are you going to play for us on your saw?
Okay, this is the saw, and so if you're just tuning in, you're about to hear a very strange. It's going to sound like feedback. It's not, and so you might want to tell your dog to leave the room also. But we're going to do Over the Rainbow.
Brigid Kaelin.
The Martha Bassett Show is supported in part by Hugh Chatham Health. Hugh Chatham Health offers virtual care services for all saw injuries. 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Hugh Chatham Virtual Care allows you to access a healthcare provider at a time that is convenient for you. If you're in need of medical assistance, you may... It fits too good. If you're in need of medical assistance, you may schedule your appointment with a Hugh Chatham provider. HughChatham.org, virtual care. TMBS is also supported in part by our fine business friends of the Martha Bassett Show, Icon Custom Builders, Buckeye Advisors, Piedmont Federal Bank, and Bowen Town and Country Furniture. Local and family owned since 1956, American brands by skilled craftsmen using fine design and engineering and still producing beautiful furniture right here in North Carolina. It's furniture made to use, not just made to sell. What do we have next, Martha? She just left me. Let me see this page over here. What do we got next, Martha?
We've got John, Dawn, and Brigid.
Woo!
And I'm going to join them.
Get my chords here so I don't mess it up.
This is one of those songs that John was talking about earlier. Mama was right about you. Mama was right about you. When I bragged about your special kissing, she told me all that I was missing. I talked about your dreamy eyes. She shook her finger at your lies. She saw right through. Mama was right about you. Mama was right about you. I loved you in those skinny jeans, charisma bursting at the seams. I never saw the pain you'd bring, 'cause I was only 17. But she saw right through. Mama was right about you. With a cigarette hanging on her lips and her do-right hands all upon her hips, from her beauty parlor crystal ball, she made a list of it all. Mama was right about you. Mama was right about you. The time you stole my daddy's watch, you took the money from the church, you ran off with that pretty waitress, left me all alone and faithless, but she saw right through. Mama was right about you. With a cigarette hanging on her lips and her do-right hands all upon her hips, from her beauty parlor crystal ball, she made a list of it all. Mama was right about you. 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 Thank you.
Hey again. It's fun to talk to some of you during intermission, and it gives me comfort that you can just park your car in any town in North Carolina and say hello to a couple of people, and they'll ask you if you remember seeing them at Time Out Chicken and Biscuits in Chapel Hill, so that was nice. So, My Biscuit Baby, if you want to think about it like TV, if you're like streaming and you watch Breaking Bad, and then maybe you went and watched the prequel, Better Call Saul. I wrote the prequel first. So the first book is fair-skinned brunette with a porcelain shine. And Don worked his magic, turned the lyrics from that into an album called The Lassie James Songbook Volume 1. And an incredible singer that some of you know, Jeffrey Dean Foster, does the vocals on that. Yes. So the first book's here, and you can find the Lassie James Songbook online and hear Jeffrey's amazing vocals. The first book is a love story, a story about loves. Some of you may have had that boyfriend or girlfriend from 30 years ago catch you on Facebook or show up at your doorstep, and that's a kind of a love story, right? So if you want to see what happens with Lassie, that's the first book. Second book, searching for permanence in an impermanent world. Stuff starts happening in our lives. We think we got it all buttoned down, and the stuff starts happening, like your friend dies, you have to search for the lost Springfest tapes. That's not the only thing that's happening. Also in the book, the University of North Carolina trustees are about to sell Battle Park to developers, 93 acres of untouched forest. It was part of the original land assemblage in the late 18th century. Lassie's wife, Pearl, does not handle that news well. Her protest gets her in trouble with the law. We're going to read a little piece now. I promised you'd hear more from Miss Emmy. Miss Emmy, the governor of North Carolina. Miss Emmy, founder of Miss Emmy's barbecue shacks that are up and down the highways of North Carolina, calls Lassie James after Lassie's wife Pearl gets in trouble, and Miss Emmy calls to do some horse trading. And we have, as Miss Emmy tonight, the wonderful Martha Bassett. Yes, Governor Martha. So again, the story's told in first person in the voice of Lassie James. She feared a lawsuit, she informed me. A collection of her pig farming and barbecue selling competitors was preparing to sue Miss Emmy's barbecue shacks for fraud. If she couldn't head off the lawsuit, she expected a public filing accusing her of adding pig from Iowa farms to the chopped pork in her signature Miss Emmy's Carolina barbecue sandwiches. A politician could withstand all kinds of charges, true or false, but hog treason would be electoral death in North Carolina.
Every friggin' speg of pig in my sandwiches comes from the farms around Clinton down in Sampson County. And I mean, we run the stinkingest, loudest, pig-sloppingest hog farms in the world. That's how we get the best tasting pig meat. The seasoning differs from one end of the state to the other, I grant you that. But maybe we're using electric cookers and not charring the pig over hickory fire, though our cookers produce the best grade A burnt pig flesh in the world, no matter what that sociology professor says on CNN. Point is, every bit of hog meat I sell is carved from the bones of a pig that died with a snout full of North Carolina mud.
Miss Emmy's North Carolina hog competitors were lashing out at her chain of restaurants because her business was
vertically frickin' integrated.
That's right. Miss Emmy's hog farms send product to Miss Emmy's processing facilities, which send the final product out to her barbecue shacks via Miss Emmy's Pig Fleet, her trucking business. Her efficiencies allowed her to sell barbecue sandwiches at low prices, prices so low her competitors couldn't match them. Thus, the revenge lawsuit, a nuisance suit by her account. The competing farmers and sandwich sellers believed the announcement of the lawsuit would harm her business, even if the case later failed on the merits.
I need that research magic of yours, that same magic you use to outsmart the FBI. Need you to dig up something that will keep those hog enemies from dragging me into court. Need it now, Lassie. Need it before this damn debate.
I could see Orion in the night sky. For the first time all day, I felt cold. I thought about Pearl, imagined the chill of her concrete cell. I needed the promise of a pardon. I said to Miss Emmy, assuming I can make good on your asks, what can you do for us? What can you do beyond the pardon? I mean, I don't want it to get that far. I need to head off a conviction. Let's play this out. Say I show up at your rallies and do the endorsement thing, and I figure out the research, all hoping for a pardon that may or may not arrive. For sake of conversation, let's imagine a pathway where I satisfy all of your requirements and Pearl's problems go away. This time, the line was quiet on her end. Then finally,
Eugenia, hang up the phone. Write up the notes and send everything to me tonight.
click.
R&R. R&R is on the bench tomorrow. That kind of luck comes with a price. You won't see me in the courtroom tomorrow, but you'll see my good work. You'll know I'm there, honey bun. A few people still owe Miss Emmy favors. Favors that I can steer this way or that. Favors I can steer to make life good for a friend or make life miserable for somebody else. For sake of conversation, as you say, favors come to those who do good things.
I didn't know whether to call her bluff or not. Maybe R&R was the luck of the draw, based on who had been next in line for the court calendar. Or maybe Miss Emmy could turn dials and move levers. Maybe she could be the invisible hand that would keep Pearl from jail.
Pearl's stunt this morning shook the campaign like a snow globe. She gave me an opening, and I believe I can exploit this moment without coming off as the heavy. It's a moment when I can cut Doll off at the knees without the public seeing anything but a smile on my face. It's all about the R, one tiny letter, one big difference.
I had no idea what to say. Miss Emmy filled the silence.
Difference between pretty and petty. One tiny letter, the R. We politicians can be as petty as we want to be as long as the voters see the R. We want them to see us as pretty, always pretty as the Dutch tulip lacquer on my nails.
The Hemingway line leapt into my mind. Were we Jake and Brett?
The people of North Carolina will see the light. I'm not the Republican you want, honey bun. I'm the Republican you need. The people of North Carolina will think it so long as we help them get there.
I needed Miss Emmy on Pearl's side. More important, I didn't want Miss Emmy as an enemy. I said, "You got it, Miss Emmy. I'm in."
Honey bun, my honey bun, I can taste the sugar on your lips.
She hung up the line.
It's a good book.
You ever thought about being a professional actor?
Nope.
Come on, you can do it. I know you can. So we're going to do a song called Maggie Blue, right? Okay, let's try it. Yeah. Maggie Blue, Maggie Blue, I'm in snow camp, where are you? Maggie Blue, Maggie Blue, Lord was calling, where are you? I miss your cabbage, I miss your wine, I miss your green eyes all the time. I miss your bacon and buttermilk pie. I miss your chow chow and your chicken fried. Maggie Blue, Maggie Blue, my old horse calling, where are you? Maggie Blue, Maggie Blue, I'm in snow camp, where are you? You know I miss your cookies, I miss your cream, I miss your cornbread in my dreams. I miss your bacon and buttermilk pie. I miss your sizzle and your hot sauce too.
Mr. Don
Beautiful.
Dixon.
Thank you.
You are listening to the Martha Bassett Show on National Public Radio, live at the Reeves Theater in Elkin, North Carolina. The Martha Bassett Show is supported in part by Explore Elkin, your one-stop travel source for the Yadkin Valley and beyond. If you're looking for hometown charm, historic landmarks, Main Street shopping, and fine dining, come stay a while in downtown Elkin. It's a small town with a big community. So whether it's downtown events, music, hiking, or just paddling the Blue Water Trail, let Explore Elkin help you find your trail. You can learn more on Facebook or at exploreelkin.com. Support for the Martha Bassett Show also comes from these fine downtown Elkin businesses. That's Mountain High Metals, the Elk Pharmacy, Yoga on Main, Coley Hall at the Liberty, Angry Troll Brewing, Yadkin Valley Quilts, the Wisdom Table, and Fruition. Let's get back to beautiful Elkin, North Carolina, downtown at the Reeves Theater stage with Martha Bassett and the band.
Tem lugares que me lembram minha vida, por onde andei, as histórias, os caminhos, o destino que eu mudei. Cenas do meu filme em branco e preto que o vento levou e o tempo traz entre todos os amores e amigos. De você me lembro mais. Tem pessoas que a gente não esquece, nem se esquecer. O primeiro namorado, uma estrela da TV, personagens do meu livro de memórias que um dia rasguei do meu cartaz entre todas as novelas e romances. De você me lembro mais. Desenhos que a vida vai fazendo desbordam alguns, uns ficam iguais entre corações que tenho tatuados. De você me lembro mais. De você não esqueço jamais.
Sarah Howell on piano and Portuguese. Will you please welcome back the Honey Dewdrops?
How cool was that? She just sang a Beatles song in Portuguese. What? That was amazing, Martha.
That's the way we roll in Elkin.
Okay, we're going to do a couple songs and then everybody's going to get back up for the finale. Since we're on the precipice of spring, we're going to do a song we wrote called Garden. And this is from an album we put out 2 years ago. And I love singing this song because it gives me just this like quick chance to do a little two-step on stage. It's really hard to dance and play guitar at the same time, but I love doing it during this song. But also, this song mentions the intoxicating effects of a tomato. Do y'all like tomatoes? Yeah. We live for tomato sandwiches in this family, so.
It's a good thing.
I was walking in your garden, dreaming late last night. I saw lilies and asters, beds of yarrow and iris. I felt the heat of the day still glowing down in the dirt. Felt good to be walking, my bare feet on the earth. I wandered through a bed of herbs, I pressed their leaves to my skin. Sweet basil and black sage, lavender and peppermint. I was walking in your garden, I was walking in your garden late last night. Darkness lay with the nightshade, just tempting the flowers to bloom. Down I lay for the slow parade, in the grass I heard a voice like you, whispering I tasted a tomato ripe on the vine. Sweet and the acid mysteriously combined. The drip twisted and turned me, hiding the fruit from my eye. Then I woke here in your garden, curled up beneath your tomato vine. I was walking in your garden, I was walking in your garden, I was walking in your garden late last night. I was walking in your garden, I was walking, I was walking in your garden late last night.
Thanks a lot, you guys. Man, it is such a pleasure to come to your neck of the woods in this part of North Carolina. We've always loved coming down here to check out your mountains and listen to your music. And yes, drink your whiskey, and yes, drink your wine and your beer and all the good stuff. But man, it has always been a great pleasure for us to get to this neck of the woods. And with that in mind, with especially your mountains in mind, we're going to do this next song, which is a newer one of ours. It's one that Laura wrote. And Laura is a big fan of mountains. She does things like go into the mountains for weeks and sometimes months at a time to go backpacking and take on long distances, mostly on the East Coast here. She's done a lot of miles on the AT, and she's got another big trip coming up. Yeah, AT. She's got another big trip coming up this spring, where she'll go from the very beginning of the AT down in Springer Mountain, Georgia, up to the Virginia line, which is an amazing thing to do. I am really good at cheerleading from the sideline, which that's a necessary thing. You need people to cheer on and drop off and pick up and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, this one is called Here in the Mountains, and it's Laura's ode to the kind of peace and meditative qualities you can find by being out there in the mountains, in the woods, on the trail.
Is where I here in the mountain is where I go.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We're going to sing one more song. This is a Hank Williams tune called Ramblin' Man. Keggy's going to sing it for you.
grave you stand, you just say, guys, cold home is a rambling man. And I love you, baby, but you gotta understand when the Lord made me, He made a rambling man. When the Lord made me, He made a rambling man.
Thank y'all so much for the Honey Dewdrops. It's been a lovely audience. Thank you.
The Honey Dewdrops. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. We have had the best time today. You know, this is a really nice group of people. I like everybody on this stage so much, and we've really had a lot of fun today. So thank you for being our audience and sending all your love our way. We can feel it. And we're going to end with a song that you are welcome to sing along with.
Please. Sometimes in our lives we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow.
Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride. If I have need to borrow, for no one can fill those of your needs that you won't let show.
You just call on your brother when you need a hand.
We all need somebody to lean on.
I just might have a problem that you'll understand.
We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend, and I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on.
You just call on your brother when you need a hand.
We all need somebody to lean on.
I just might have a problem that you'll understand.
We all need somebody to lean on. There is a load that you can bear. I'll help you carry
Thank you all for tuning in and to our beautiful live audience. Let's hear it for Brigid Kaelin, the Honey Dewdrops, and John Bear and Don Dixon. How about our fearless leader, Martha Bassett? The band tonight was Chazzaray Shank, Russell Kelly, Deshaun Hickman, Rex McGee, Sarah Howe, Ben Singer, and me, Pat Lawrence. Jeff Irving, James Brickey, and Doug Williams of Electromagnetic Radiation Recorders handled the sound. Nick Bassett, Danny Carr, and Brady Reed provided our video broadcast. Bevin Dyer manages the stage. Miranda Carr is out there selling the merch. Come out and chat with us. You've been listening to the Martha Bassett Show. Good music for good people. Thank you so much for joining us. Drive safe.